Hashtag. I am outside the beautiful Meeting House here in Hartford, Connecticut, and I'm here to see the Welsh folk band Calan perform on their tour of the U.S. I was able to interview Calan and talk about their music-making process and what it was like to tour in the U.S. again. I am here with Patrick, and so the first question I wanted to ask you is just, how does it feel to be back in the U.S. touring?
It's very cool to be back. The last time we were here was March 2020. We had to cut a tour in half, so our abiding memory was leaving a gig and having to just run straight to the airport and getting one of the last flights back to the UK. Yeah, to be back and playing in front of a live audience is a wonderful feeling.
A lot of your music is steeped in Welsh history and culture, so I wanted to ask, what goes into creating new music or finding different things to inspire your music?
The heritage and the being close to Welsh culture is quite important to us. So we draw inspiration from myths and legends, historical events, and then also the Welsh National Library is a fantastic resource for us.
The second act of your performance that you just did, you performed your whole most recent album in full. So what brought you to put all those songs together into this one cohesive album?
We were really fortunate a couple of years ago to be commissioned to write some music to play with symphony orchestra. It was around the time that we were researching this record. We started to think about the music in a lot more symphonic way. So actually, why can we turn this more into a sort of suite that flows from one song to the other and be a bit more of a musical journey?
A lot of your songs are sung partially in Welsh, partially in English. What goes into deciding which songs or which lyrics are going to be sung in one language or the other?
So we always want to have maximum respect for the Welsh language because it is a minority language, and we are really privileged to be in a position to be able to not just speak it but take it out into the world. Also, we want to be as accessible to as many people as possible. When we are presenting Welsh traditional songs whose lyrics would obviously be normally in Welsh, we make an effort to try and translate them so that there's an option. So we might find on a record that there'd be two versions, one in Welsh and one in English.
Each of you have different artistic pursuits outside of the band. I know that you specifically have a history being a composer and arranger, so I wanted to ask, how does that contribute to your place in the band?
Having a background in sort of composition and arranging was quite useful when we came to perform with the symphony orchestra, so I was able to score out those parts into a full orchestral score. We all have lots of different skill sets within the band. So Sam is sort of our resident producer, and he produces all our records, and we've started not even going to a recording studio now. We just sort of do it in Sam's bedroom. Beth is a qualified teacher, so that's really great when we do outreach work, and she's able to connect with people. And then Shelley has a background in leatherwork and saddlery, so Sam's guitar strap, that was Shelley's handiwork. So everybody's sort of piling their skills into the pot to help it keep the show on the road.
I hope you guys were able to get a good look into Calan and their music-making process. It was so much fun being able to see them and get a look at their inner workings. That's it for us. Back to you guys at the desk.